Well, hello everybody, welcome back to the channel, and today we're going to be covering 3 sewing techniques that every beginner should know: the backstitch, the plain seam, and the French seam. So before we get started, I do want to say, if you haven't already subscribed to the channel, be sure to do that and then hit that bell so that way you will get notified every time we upload a video. So let's get started. So before I start a new sewing technique, I always like to practice. And whenever I'm practicing, I like to make what's called a sample. So to make our samples today, we're gonna be using 3 6x3" swatches, some thread, and for today's purposes, I'm using contrasting thread so that way you can see what I'm doing. And then of course, we can't forget to have our scissors and of course our iron and ironing board so that way we can make sure everything is pressed nice and beautifully. So whenever I am practicing a new technique, I always like to do a sample before I start. And to do that, I can use my final fabric or any fabric that I'm practicing on. So for demonstration purposes today, we're gonna be using quilter's cotton, and we have 3 sets of 6x3" fabric swatches along with thread, and preferably you would obviously use matching thread, but for today, for demonstration purposes, we're using bright red thread, so a nice contrast. And then of course, your scissors, your ironing board, and your iron itself. All right, so now that the machine is all loaded up, we're gonna get started with the backstitch. The backstitch is essentially one of the most basic parts of sewing, and you will do this pretty much on every single stitch at the beginning and at the end. The backstitch just locks your stitch in place so that way you don't have to worry about your stitch coming undone while you're wearing your garment. So we've got our 2 samples right here, and we're gonna start by putting our right sides together. And just to recap, our right sides are the sides with the pattern that is most prominent. So to line up our sample, we're going to line it up to 1/2 inch seam allowance. So for demonstration purposes in most of my videos, I will be using 1/2 inch seam allowance. So just to let you know. Then you're going to match the top edge of your fabric within the top edge of the oval in your presser foot. Once you're ready to go, you're gonna find your petal, and you're going to situate yourself with one hand on the fabric, one hand on your backstitch, and you're good to go. So you'll stitch 2 to 3 stitches, you'll hit your back stitch, you'll go back, and then you'll go forward. And you'll only want to back stitch 2 or 3 stitches, and that's it. So you'll go all the way down to about 1/2 inch before you reach the edge of your fabric, and then you'll get ready to hit your back stitch again. So you're gonna sew to the edge of the fabric, and then you're going to hit your backstitch button, backstitch about 2 to 3 stitches, and then stitch forward. Once you're done, you're gonna clip your thread, whether that's on your machine or with your own shears. My machine's fancy, and I have a little cutter. So that is how you do a beautiful backstitch. So the next seam we're going to be covering is called the plain seam, and the plain seam is probably the most common type of seam that you will be using in your sewing career. So the plain seam starts with, you're going to take your 2 pieces of fabric, like so, and we're going to be putting right sides together. So we're going to put right sides together, and to find the seam allowance that you're going to be sewing with, you're going to reference your pattern instructions. And like I said at the beginning of this video, today we're using 1/2 inch seam allowance to practice with. So I'm gonna go ahead and line the edge of my fabric up with the 1/2 inch seam allowance. So I'm lined up with 1/2 inch seam allowance. I'm going to put my presser foot down, make sure that I'm lined up correctly at the top of my presser foot, so that way the top of the fabric is at the top of the oval. And I'm going to find my petal, and I'm gonna get started. And to start every stitch, except for your gathers and basting stitches, we're gonna start with a back stitch. And your plain seam is super simple. You just sew at the all the way down, 1/2 inch. And that is the plain stitch. Now the next step of the plain stitch is we're going to head over to our iron and we're actually going to press the seam open. So this is a technique that I use whenever I'm not either finishing the edges or I'm just making a muslin. I would press my seam open like this on my iron. So to press your seam open, you just lay them flat like so, and I'll be back in just a second. So after you iron your seam open, you're going to have a beautifully done plain seam. And like I said before, these seams are the most common types of seams that you will be using along your sewing career. And it's definitely a great one to practice and perfect. The key to a plain stitch is making sure that you're matching your seam allowance all the way down. So that way you have this nice, crisp, equal distant seam allowance from the stitch that you do. So that is the plain stitch. So the last seam in today's video is going to be the French seam. The French seam is great if you are looking to sew with delicate fabrics like chiffons or satins, along with if you just don't want to use your serger, because let's be real, sometimes you just don't want to get the thing out. Or you may not even have one, and that's totally fine. So the French seam is a great way to enclose that fraying edge or the seam itself into an enclosed seam that will make sure that your fabric doesn't fray as you wash and as you wear it. So to get started, it's a little different than our plain seam. Instead of starting with right sides together, we're gonna actually start with wrong sides together. So just to recap, the wrong side of your fabric is the side that doesn't have the pattern. So we're going to match those edge to edge, wrong sides together. And our total seam allowance for this stitch is 1/2 inch. So you're gonna start by cutting that seam allowance in half. So half of 1/2 inch is 1/4 inch. So we're gonna match our edge up with 1/4 inch on our machine. So to do that, we're gonna match there. I'm gonna make sure that the edge of my fabric is lined up with my presser foot, the center oval. Then once you match it up, you're going to start with the back stitch like usual. And you're gonna sew all the way down and do a back stitch at the end at 1/4 inch seam allowance, or half of the seam allowance that you are called to sew. Okay, now we have our 1/4 inch seam allowance sewn with wrong sides together on our sample piece. Now what you're gonna do is you're gonna take your shears, whatever shears you have, and you're gonna trim half of this seam allowance off. So you're just gonna go nicely along the edge of your fabric and trim half of it off. So half of our seam allowance is now trimmed off. And you'll have a nice little piece of fabric that you can just throw away. So what you're gonna do now is we're gonna head over to the iron and we're gonna actually open up our fabric and we're going to press our seam allowance to one side. So hold on just a sec, I'm gonna go press. Okay, I'm back from ironing. So whenever I'm ironing, I pressed the seam towards the one side of the fabric either way. Whenever you're doing this on your final fabric, you wanna make sure that you press the seam down towards the bottom hem. Just makes things easier. Then the next thing that I ironed is I folded my piece in half and I ironed it so that way this lovely stitch right here, the seam that I just sewed, is pressed out towards the edge. So the next part of the French seam is we're going to go back to our machine and match it at 1/4 inch seam allowance again. So this part is the part that will actually lock the stitch in place. This will ensure that the stitch is nice and tight, and then all of the seam allowance that we've just sewed and trimmed off is encased in the French seam. So start just like any stitch. You start by matching your edge to the seam allowance, and then you start with matching the top edge to the top part of your oval in your presser foot, and you just start with a back stitch. So it looks like I veered slightly off of 1/4 of an inch, and for sample purposes, this is exactly why we do samples. You wanna make sure that you have perfected the technique before you sew in your very expensive, potentially final fabrics. But either way, this is a lovely French seam now. So now all I'm gonna do is I'm gonna head back to my iron and I'm going to press the stitch down so that way it is complete. So again, I'm going back to the iron and I will be right back. Okay, so now I have pressed my French seam down, and that is how you do a French seam. As you can see on this side, the seam allowance is completely encapsulated in the seam, and that is the goal with the French seam. You don't want to see any fraying on the right side of the fabric. All of the frays will be encased in the seam allowance on the wrong side of the fabric. So it does take a little bit of practice to figure out exactly how much to trim, and I mean, you can even see myself, I've been sewing for many, many years, and I still sometimes mess up, especially whenever I'm presenting to people, like in this setting, or teaching. Sometimes it happens, it makes us human. So that is it, that is how you do a beautiful French seam. So these 3 stitches are a great place for any beginner to start. Obviously we started with our back stitch, and then we moved into our plain seam, and then we finished with our French seam. These 3 stitches are great to master and practice again and again and again, so that way you can make sure every single project that you do is perfectly done and beautifully done. So thank you so much again for tuning in and watching today's video. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and click the bell so that way you get notified every time we post videos. Thanks so much. Happy sewing.